Hi, hello, welcome. Welcome back to Chapter 1 and Beyond. Today's episode is going to be talking about, to be honest with you, an update on my Try It or Trash It episode. So, last episode, I felt very confident about how much reading I could get done over the holiday weekend, and I'm so excited because I actually did have a very productive reading weekend. And though I didn't finish my entire list, I'm very excited to at least give you an update on that. So today's episode is going to be kind of like an update of kind of where I'm at with Try It or Trash It episode, talking about some of the books that I actually did finish and the ones that I still have left to read. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the podcast. It does help my content get shared to other individuals. And just overall, I'm really excited about, seeing where the potential of growth can happen with this podcast. And it isn't possible until subscriber and listeners like you are able to do that. So I appreciate everyone that does support this podcast, and just thankful for everybody that does check it out, because I just love being able to create this type of content. And just overall, I'm just really excited about being able to use my creative juices to, share my opinions on books. But yeah. So in last episode of Try It or Trash It, we had 6 total books that I had drawn. And actually I did very, very well. Today is Tuesday the 26th that this episode will be released. And just overall I'm very impressed with myself, because usually when I do a little bit more of a list, I end up feeling like I'm flopping, but honestly, I'm very close, and by next week, I definitely feel confident that I should have an entire mix of my ratings, and then picking out some new books for Try It or Trash It. So, in last episode, I had selected from the wheel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. I had also gotten the pick of Paradise Lost by John Milton. I also got the pick of Never Let Me Go by Kazu Ishiguro. I also got the pick of The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt. And then last but certainly not least, Moonfleet by J. Mead Faulkner. So this list ended up turning into a lot of my classics. And then some, obviously with Never Let Me Go, that's a little bit more so than a classic at this point. But I ended up getting 4 of these 6 books completely read, which I was very impressed with. But a lot of these books, I have to say, they were very short. They weren't very long books. And some of the content on the page, like the words, there wasn't much filler with some of these pages. For example, Tuck Everlasting, some of the pages only had maybe a small chunk of words, and then the font was huge. I mean, it's a kid's book, so I knew going into these picks when I started really growing this list, because originally I had told you guys we're just going to stick with, so many books on this list and whatnot. But, overall, this list has turned into probably the best of the picks that I've had in a long time. And I'm very, very happy with it. So the only books that I do have left to read are 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which I'm actually 75% of the way through. And then Moonfleet by J. Mead Faulkner. I cannot get on audiobooks, so I have to physically read, and I have just been so kind of indulged with the other books that I ran out of time. So, but that's another one that I feel like the font is pretty big. If I actually take the time over this week and into the weekend, I should have enough time to complete that. But sadly, some of my remaining TBR from my actual month, because I have so many different lists that I'm picking from, Some of those books, unfortunately, are getting like kind of siphoned into June as well. So, which I'm very sad because one of the books is so good, but I'm like trying to like really enjoy it and like relish in, the content. So like I am getting a bit too distracted with some of these lists. I will kind of give a spoiler on the next episode of Try It or Trash It. I'm only going to be picking 2 books because the books that I'm probably going to be putting on this list are definitely over 400 pages. So I will spoil that for you guys. So there will only be 2 books. I promise you that. But yeah, I mean, the most memorable out of this list so far has been Never Let Me Go by Kazu Ishiguro. I will let you know my full thoughts on that on the final episode. I don't want to give too much away because then what's the point of you guys listening to the next episode, you know? So, another one that was like just over the top, like I can't get out of my head was, it's like a tie between Paradise Lost by John Milton or Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt. I have so many thoughts that I could share with you, but I cannot get these books out of my head. And honestly, with it, with the content that was in these books and just the overall like feel of the stories, it just brought back pure nostalgia, at least with Paradise Lost and with Tuck Everlasting. Because I have had read those books in the past. It's just been a very, very, very long time. I would say at least 15 years, at least with one of them. And the other one, definitely at least 10, maybe 12 years. So, I mean, I don't know. They, they definitely had their fill. But yeah, so like, I mean, going forward, like, because as my summer goes on, I will have the opportunity to read more. But the thing is, though, my daughter's in sports, so we're going to be constantly running for that. I have a lot going on with Girl Scouts over the summer. I am planning a lot of STEM workshops. So I definitely am going to segment a lot of time for that. And then, as I've mentioned to you guys earlier episodes in this podcast, I have actually started writing a book and also like kind of relishing in maybe doing freelance work within the tech and design space. So yeah, I mean, and actually this podcast is a big, like, piece of what I'm trying to do with my freelancing and, in such. So whether that gets me to like full-time hours and just doing my own thing, who knows? I don't know at this point, but I am excited about the potential projects that I have been working on, how I've been able to kind of do more than just what I do at my full-time job. And I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I'm very, very, very excited about the future. I have not really felt like this in a while because I've just felt like kind of, and I don't know about you guys, but I've just been feeling like kind of like robo like schedule where, I wake up, get ready, get the kids out the door, kind of do my work thing, record these episodes and, kind of go through my like daily schedule. And I just really haven't had much time to do things that I love. And obviously I love reading. So I've made time for that, but there's other things beyond just reading that I would love to be able to do and just haven't been able to do that, So, kids definitely take up a lot of time. So, and just life it gets away from you. I mean, I can't even believe we're at the end of May already. I'm just floored right now. So, And I know I keep promising you guys like video episodes and everything like that, but right now I just don't have the space or the equipment to be able to do that. And I'm really hoping in the future I can, because I do want to get back to my roots of, I mean, I've had my YouTube channel for over 5 years. Like I started it right before and during like COVID era. So that's been about 6 years. And I know I took like a small break from even just recording anything in general. And that's what ended up coming to fruition with this podcast. But, I have a lot of ideas. The problem is time at this point and doing it properly because like I'm kind of, weird about that kind of thing. Like I'm kind of like more of a critique on myself and it prevents me from getting things knocked out and released in a timely manner because I just feel like I listen to it and edit and realize, well, I kind of want to do better. Like I feel like I need to do better by you guys. So you guys are taking the time to listen and to support this podcast and I want to make sure it's good quality stuff for you. So I know that there's only a few of you and I appreciate each and every one of you, but I think like going into 2027, I'm really curious on where this can lead, so I am looking at, investing what spare time I do have into a lot of these things. So, and I'm not saying that, my reading is going to slow down anytime soon. On the contrary, I mean, Try It or Trash It has been great because the whole goal was for me to like kind of quickly streamline getting through my physical TBR. And guess what, guys? I literally only have probably a shelf and a half left of what is on my physical TBR, which is amazing because there have been some miscellaneous purchases, but I'm going to be honest with you. I've been reading my physical TBR a lot faster than I've been buying. I've just been really conscious on that kind of stuff. And I know a lot of people are right now, given the state of what the US is going through and just overall, like, everything at this point. So, and I'm trying to get down to where my bookshelves only have like items that, I'm really proud of and like I feel like I could reread them and then utilizing more of my local library. I want to give them support and I feel like everybody should be doing that this day and age because as funding gets cut from things like this, it makes it hard for those that can't and don't have the, capabilities of, purchasing and they have the means to be able to go out and buy a bunch of books, we need to support those communities. And, that's why I give to free little libraries. That's why I constantly advocate for, sharing free little libraries and public libraries and, friend of the library sales. I definitely advocate for that too. And, I'm a Girl Scout troop leader, but I try to do my own philanthropic type stuff as well. It kind of just falls into place with my purpose and wanting to help as many people as humanly can, as from kid to now adult. So, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, I just have so many other things that I'm interested in as well. So, that's why with Try It or Trash It, I'm at least getting down to at least maybe 2 books a week. So, just so that I have time to really manage my space and, like kind of invest in that freelancing bit and, my writing as well. So, and as I could see, it seems like my name is getting out there because now, in the upcoming episode, you guys are going to find out that I actually had a breakthrough on one of the things that I had goals for. So yeah, check out that episode on Friday as well because, I've actually never done anything like it on Friday's episode. So, but yeah, I don't have much more detail for you for this Try It or Trash It episode. I'm just very thankful for each and every one of you that have liked and, supported this podcast along the way. I've been noticing that my streams have been getting significantly higher. And I just appreciate each and every one of you, because I never thought in a million years when I started this podcast that anybody would listen to it. So I am very thankful and just appreciative of everybody and everything that, has been kind of, building up until this point. So, but yeah, I know that sometimes my episodes can get very ranty and everything, so I'm going to let you guys go for right now. I'm trying to get better with that. I hope that the quality of the audio is okay, because my other microphones, unfortunately, they're wireless and I forgot to charge them. They're both dead. So I'm trying to charge them and I'm using this different headset, and I hope that the quality is okay. I actually use this for my gaming equipment, so maybe this is something else I could use, but I'm kind of tethered to my device at this point because it's a wired device and headset. So, but yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. I will catch you guys on the next episode, and until then, take care, guys. Bye.